Dude, every time I eat like pasta, there's like
Get wet lips.
no, it just accumulates on the side of my lips. Just watch the next time. Watch the next time. Like Daffy was always like, why the fuck do you always have sauce on the side of your lips? Like right here.
It's just accumulating.
Yeah.
You're like an old person.
Just starts going like.
You become like the Joker.
Yeah.
I do know it legitimately gets
Just perfect. It's like, why so saucy, Billy?
too much sauce, man. Too much sauce.
That's fucking funny.
Okay, no more.
Just that visual.
It happens, man. It happens. It legit happens. Almost like the Joker. Not as
funny,
wide, though.
Oh.
Not as serious.
That's too
Are
funny.
you filming this?
Yeah, we got that.
We're on.
Yeah,
we're on.
Oh, we're not live today.
No, we're not.
God,
no.
yes, that's good.
No, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem going live, man. You guys get too distracted when we go live.
Yeah, dude, I'm ADD.
Well, it's like I don't want to just leave the chat hanging. You know, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just weird.
No,
That's how I
respect.
feel about it.
Respect for the viewers and everything. We tell them like you.
No,
we respect people and we actually.
Well, I think this
care what
format's
they say.
better though, just like not live.
No, I love this format
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
but I mean, last episode was a special occasion. It was my birthday.
Oh, so it was live.
Yeah, it was live on my birthday. Special occasion.
yeah.
Most important day of the year.
Talking about how my boss flicks me off sometimes. That's all good.
You add this thing.
What is going on, people? Welcome.
You're the worst.
Welcome. We are back for episode 75 of the Top Tier Podcast.
75.
75. It's a big deal.
Hey, man.
My name is Brendan. You can, of course, find me on the YouTubes at youtube.com/Retel Factory. You can find this show, the Top Tier Podcast, at youtube.com/Top Tier Podcast. With me today, we have Benjamin Espinoza,
Buenas noches.
There it is.
Lou Tixon,
So, dude. So, dude. So, dude.
Sadi, dude.
So, dude.
and Billy.
What's up?
Lou, what is that even from, dude? I don't even know the
It's,
I don't even know the
it's
reference.
some dude.
It just makes you really
I
uncomfortable.
can actually show you later.
Yeah, me too. I have.
Or
Is
you want
it
me to
like
show
a
you right
meme?
now? Yeah, it's on the social medias.
Yeah.
I mean, the viewers can't see, so I don't know if you want it.
Yeah, we'll show them.
I'll show you after.
Well, anyways, what's going on? This is episode 75 of the Top Tier Podcast. Now, this episode of the podcast, we are filming this, recording this. This is a fucking time capsule. This episode's not going live until December 12th.
The 12th,
The
dude?
12th, because I already got next
Oh,
week's
that's right,
episode
that's
ready.
true.
It's ready to go. It's the one where you spilt all my cashews.
Beirut spilled all your cashews.
I was editing that shit today. I'm just
I
like,
ate most of them,
yo,
but Beirut spilled
I
half
was
of them.
talking about, man, these are $18 worth of cashews. And then I shoot back to you a clip of you taking a cashew and dropping it on the
You see me catch it? Do you get the catch?
I saw the cashew.
Yes.
You son of a bitch. That's expensive ass shit.
It is. It's
Cashews are really expensive.
Yeah.
Most nuts are.
So the reason why this is so important, the fact that
These
This is-
nuts.
this episode goes live on December 12th. So there's actually a lot of stuff happening around the weekend of like December 8th to the 10th, such as PSX, where they usually announce a lot of stuff. Capcom Cup is happening. Like Bandai Namco is going to host this huge thing. So we're not going to be talking about any of that because we don't.
Give a fuck.
It happened after we recorded this.
The timing is off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Quite
timing's up.
Yes.
So this goes live. I'll actually, when people are listening to this, I will be in Disney World.
Yeah, there you have it. That podcast money, man. That top tier. That top tier money.
where's this
You
money
see
going?
that?
Spending our top tier money
Yo,
on
man,
this vacation,
we're back
dog.
we're back for 4 episodes. He's already going
That
on
Patreon
vacation.
money.
Clearly,
Clearly
it's
it's
paid.
all we get nothing.
Don't takes it. Disney World, not even
No, yeah.
Disneyland.
Yo,
Disney
man.
World up in Flow Rider, man.
That exchange is brutal right now, dude.
That's why you get all. That's
But
why you got all the Patreon
The
money.
top tier, man. The top tiers.
So I haven't even touched the Patreon money yet.
What is that? What does that even go to? Oh yeah, new
We're
cameras.
well, the first thing we need to buy is a new camera for you guys.
Damn, yeah, he had the HD camera today.
But why? It's always faced.
Are
over
they
here.
the same camera?
Well, one's way newer. One's from like 2011.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Ben, dude, it's been a little while since we've had you on the show.
Yeah.
You missed like what, 4 episodes?
It's been a while. It's been, yeah. More than
It was
that.
episode 75, and you haven't been on since like 69, I think, when we did the Halloween one.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So
yeah.
what's been going on with you, dude?
Just lots of work. Yeah, I mean, what can I tell you? Well, I guess I can't really tell much without getting in trouble.
Don't say anything.
But the crossover aired this weekend or this week
just
actually.
to
Right,
jog
that
everyone's
must have been
memory,
big
you're
to
working
work
on
on.
a TV show.
What's that?
Just to jog everyone's memory, you're working on a
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
show.
So we're working on Legends of Tomorrow,
Mhm.
and that's going great. I'm loving it. Yeah, the crossover episode, which was a big deal, like aired this week, so you can watch that online actually. And I watched it today. It's actually good. Like
Yeah.
I might be a bit biased, but I think it's actually pretty good.
You're pretty biased.
Do you see Justice League yet?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, you got that? Yeah, you
Yeah, I
got
got
that
the
pass.
pre-screening.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I loved it.
Did you?
Like, the movie's not perfect. By no means is the movie perfect. But what movie? Like what superhero movie is perfect?
I don't know, but the Avengers,
Blade.
that new
Some-
Avengers trailer looking real good,
Yeah,
man. I don't know.
Some are better than others.
Well, okay, I mean, but even I don't
That
know, maybe
Winter
I'm-
Soldier
maybe
was
I'm
real
crazy.
good.
Winter Soldier
Maybe
was
I'm
quite
crazy,
good.
but I was just like, okay, yeah, like finally it's happening. But I'm not. I don't know.
It's not in the upper echelon of superhero movies. It's no Dark Knight.
I mean, no. What is Dark Knight though? There's nothing like
No,
Dark Knight.
I don't think it'll ever be touched.
That's just.
What you said? No superhero movie was perfect, but Dark Knight was
Okay,
close.
perfect. Okay,
Dark Knight's probably
was-
as good as
yeah,
it gets.
Yeah,
As,
yeah.
as good as the genre can get,
Yeah.
probably.
Mhm.
But no, I love Justice League. I thought it's moving in a good direction for the general public because I think it was friendlier to watch for like anyone who's not like a big, because Batman vs Superman just didn't work for people. They're like, it's too long, it's too dark, it's too this. Justice League I think is moving in a better direction. Again, I really loved like the story. I think made more sense. The characters, the way they were presented were great as well, where like no one like stole the show. Like it wasn't like Iron Man and Friends. It was like, or Batman and Friends. It was just like, it's just everyone, had a role to play and they played it well. And it gives us something to be excited about for what's coming next. And you know what? At times it felt like Lord of the Rings. Like, it was just like, man, they feel like they ripped off a bit of Lord of the Rings here. Where it's just, for anyone who saw it, it's like, oh, we got the Amazons. Like, like a box was given to the Amazons, a box was given to like humans, and the other box to Atlantis or whatever. And then you have the big fight. And yeah, I thought it was great. I'm very biased though.
Right.
Yeah, you
Extremely
are.
biased.
You are.
I enjoyed it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna give it a fair shake. I will watch it eventually. But most of what I've heard has been, yeah, it's mostly on the negative end of the spectrum. But I don't know, like Lou, I know we were just talking about it before the show started. You watched it. What'd you think?
I didn't think it was great.
No?
I wasn't into it. I thought Ben Affleck phoned in his performance. That was number one.
Because
I
doing
thought,
BBS, I loved.
Yeah,
Ben
and he was
Affleck.
great. But yeah, but that's why. And then in this movie, I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
I thought Gal Gadot was also better in Wonder Woman. I thought Cyborg was great. The dude, I can't remember his name, but he was great. I got nothing against Ezra Miller, but I still like not the Barry Allen I would have wanted to see. I like Billy Crudup though as his dad. He was great.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan.
Jason Momoa is Jason Momoa. I can't hate on him because he's
No.
just Jason Momoa.
He's similar, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what
why?
I did like about Justice League was Superman, man. I feel like they finally got Superman right. And like
Really?
when he spoiler alert, he shows up.
Of course.
What?
But like he
Come on,
actually
man.
felt like Superman to me, and especially like in the post credit scene or one. I don't. Was there two or one? There's two. I didn't watch the second one.
Spoilers.
I didn't stay.
Skip
I was
list.
just like, fuck this movie.
Ah, dude.
But what you gotta tell me what the second was. But the first one, like he races with Flash basically, and it's just like it was such a nice moment. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, this feels like Superman.
Spoilers.
You know.
Spoilers.
And, but just like even when he like at the end when he comes and he does his Superman thing, but. I
Superman,
don't know, and
Superman.
like the villain was just like whatever. Steppenwolf was just kind of whatever. It wasn't interesting to say. Like he was just like
He was just
another
there.
DC kind of villain, and you could really see like the moments where like okay, Joss Whedon did this part.
Okay.
And there were some parts where it was just like you're just making this funny because people are complaining about how dark this shit is, right? Like it's just a lot of it felt forced to me.
I wonder how different the film would have been if Zack Snyder stayed on for the whole thing.
There's a few like Batman had a few lines that were supposed to be funny. I was just like, oh, just like eye rolling, man. Like I just like, oh.
It's like all of the comedic parts I saw from the trailers, like they were so cringy to me,
Yeah,
man. I'm just like, why?
And that was basically the whole movie. Like anything that was funny
Really?
was just cringe as fuck.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay.
No, but I
I don't
agree.
know.
No,
Yeah.
like definitely, I agree. There were some parts where just like okay, and yeah, no, I agree with you. The Batman and Wonder Woman,
Listen, I didn't hate
It's too
it. I didn't
bad,
hate
but-
it. Let me get that clear. Like I just I mean I came with really low expectations and I just tried to have fun watching it, which there was some really entertaining moments,
Yeah.
but even the action I thought wasn't that great, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah. There wasn't anything that really stood out and was like, "Oh, they haven't done this before."
How long
You
was
know?
it? Because I heard it has like a shorter running time compared to
It
most
did
of the
feel
DC
short and it felt like
Yeah.
pretty rushed.
Because
It's just over 2 hours.
You would think like the amount of shit that's going on in that movie and all these characters coming together, it would take a lot longer. So I was like, really, it's like way shorter than BVS was, and it's even shorter than Wonder Woman. It's the shortest DC film so far.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Again, I feel they're just listening a lot to like the general public, and know because there's always been with every DC movie there's been complaints like Batman vs Superman, it was too dark, so they made it try and make Suicide Squad a lot funnier, and then Suicide Squad either. I guess it's not fair to say either you loved it or you hated it, because I know there's some people who said that was their favorite, and that didn't make any sense to me. But and there's people who hated it, and I mean I enjoyed
It's
it.
your opinion, but you're wrong.
And then Wonder Woman, this is the movie where I was just like, oh wow, they finally nailed it.
Yeah.
DC finally did it. But yeah, with this one, it was much shorter. I think people should watch it though. I really think people should just go in, not compare to anything, because I mean, if we want to compare, you're gonna see a lot of similarities with Marvel and DC. That's just the reality, because that's the genre.
Well, I mean, it's just like how do they catch up? Marvel's like what 20 something films in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that universe has been established for like the last 10 years.
But that's because they made an effort to establish
For sure.
it, right? Like these characters, like just like it's our first time seeing them, and it's just
And
like,
they pioneered the whole thing,
Yeah.
so it's like
But-
DC is doing the Me Too
Yeah.
move, right?
And if we're talking like for Suicide Squad, for example, like the beginning of that movie, they're like establishing all these characters, right? Introducing all these characters. And Justice League, they're doing the same thing, but it's just like in Suicide Squad, that was the best part of the movie, in my opinion, was like
Yeah.
the first half. And in Justice League, I'm just like, can we just get on with this shit?
Yeah.
Like it was just like they were going through this so fast already too, but even then I was kind of like, oh man. Just like, what? You guys should just made separate movies to begin and
that
then
would
did a
make-
Justice League,
yeah.
just like how Avengers worked, Like they just should have went that route.
They don't want to spend the money probably.
Yeah, but they ended up losing like $50 to $100 million.
There you
Well,
go.
I think they're just trying to play catch up. At least, again, with Batman vs Superman, that's how I felt. Like there was a bit upsetting to me. I'm like, man, it just feels like they're trying desperately
They're trying to catch
up.
Yeah.
Too big, too fast, man. You gotta
Too
take it
much, yeah.
slow.
Yeah,
Yeah, too
but
much.
one step at a time.
But
man.
like again, Justice League, I felt it was much. I really enjoyed it because I felt they weren't playing catch up, and even though they still are, I felt the characters fit in. Like yes, it would have been nice to get like more backstory, but just the way they fit in. And yeah, the beginning was felt very rushed, and there was just a lot of like hopping and skipping to like the next part. But eventually, for me, it got to a point where I was like, okay, like you could just enjoy what's happening. But
Which is like, cause when I want a Justice League movie, I just want it to be a Justice League movie. I don't want any origins in my Justice League movie.
Right.
That was the thing. It wasn't so much that I want a backstory. It was just like
We
At
should have
this
had
point-
had the solo movies to do that for us, right?
And then it's just like, okay, let's get on with whatever this story is.
yeah.
Just
you
like
know.
the Avengers, pretty much.
It's like the Avengers, but
But then they
Avengers,
had
the
kinda-
Avengers just showed the characters were already established. They
Yeah,
just showed them
exactly.
coming together,
Exactly,
basically.
yeah.
And they got through it pretty quick.
That's all you really need because you already have the backstory in the other movies.
Yeah.
That's how they made the money.
Speaking of Avengers, you guys see that Infinity War trailer?
Hell
Yeah,
yeah!
that
Oh,
trailer-
Most viewed trailer of all time.
dude, that was like
Already.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I guess
insane.
I mean 10 years in that.
that was like 2 minutes of pure joy, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Like I was
fantastic.
like, everything about this just looks right.
So many characters.
Because Thor Ragnarok, like I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
even then I was like, okay, this is some more tired ass Marvel shit, right? Like, I still had fun with it because it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I was like, if this is what the Marvel movies are gonna be now, like I'm just like, I don't know if I.
Yeah,
Mm.
same
know.
here. Same here.
And that's how I felt about Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
And, even
Dude, I didn't like
enjoyed
Guardians
Doctor
2.
Strange, but even
You
Doctor
didn't
Strange
like
was a
it?
little bit.
Like,
Dude,
I
I didn't
wasn't-
like Guardians 2 either.
Yeah, I like Guardians
I
1
love
a
that.
lot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Guardians
2
1.
was
but
okay.
2
I didn't hate
was
2.
like,
I didn't hate 2.
I didn't
but
hate
I
it
just,
either.
But it
it's
wasn't
just-
like I was like.
I was just very
forgettable.
neutral on it. I was very
Me
neutral
too.
on it. I was
Me
like,
too, yeah.
you
It's
know, I love these
forgettable.
characters, but
And-
this
yeah.
whole story
And that's
is,
how I felt. But like even like
it's very cheesy.
Doctor Strange kind of was like that for me. Like I liked it still, but like there were still moments I was just
Yeah.
like it's starting to feel like this is too much of the same. And then
Yeah.
Guardians of 2, and then Thor Ragnarok also. But then seeing that Avengers trailer, I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
I feel like
here we
they're
go.
bringing it back. They're bringing
Yeah.
it. Okay, this is now a real thing. Now we
Yeah.
gotta take this shit
Yeah.
seriously. All that comedic stuff kind of
Yeah.
took a back seat.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is we're gonna have there's 2018 Infinity War and then Part 2. I think I don't think there's an official name for it yet, but the fourth Avengers movie comes out the very next year. They're filming them like all together, and man, some character's gonna die.
Oh, dude,
You know
a
what I mean?
lot of people are probably gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are gonna
Like
die.
I would say because like a lot of like their contracts are coming to a close and like Robert Downey Jr. He's not going to be playing.
He's
not
gonna
going
die.
to be playing Iron
He
Man
is
for
going
much
to
longer.
die.
He's got to. It's
He's
gonna
gonna die.
either
Probably
happen
him and Cap too.
him
Yeah,
and
no.
Cap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Because
Totally.
they're even saying like after Avengers 4 or whatever, then it's like a new whole phase of like the Marvel universe. So they got to set up these new characters.
Like Captain Marvel is supposed to be set in the 90s, right? Like they're gonna be going through different like phases of
Yeah.
of
Right,
different
right. So
times.
Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s, but then
Yeah.
she's pretty much confirmed to show up in Avengers 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't mean it'll be interesting.
Be interesting.
She'll probably be one of the big faces. I'm assuming moving forward.
Also, I mean, we'll see
That's
how
probably what they want to set.
we'll
her
see how
up for.
Black Panther goes too, right? Because
Yeah.
hopefully that one's not too
Dude, I'm
much of a
excited for
comedy.
that shit, man.
But I like Ryan Coogler is an awesome director.
It does not look like a comedy.
It doesn't. It looks way
Yeah.
more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's about a country,
it
man.
just
Like
looks
it's
dope.
Yeah.
It's fuck.
It's serious.
The Lion King, man. That's what it is. Black
Michael
Panther's the Lion King.
B.
Disney's releasing
fucking
2 Lion King
Jordan.
You know,
movies,
I
is
know. You know what I was
they're doing.
saying. You know, I was thinking like watching Justice League having Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I was like, man, they're not bringing him back for Lion King. like they're bringing James Earl Jones back as Mufasa, but they're not bringing back Jeremy Irons as
'cause he's not
Scar.
black,
You
she's
see-
black.
see-
Yeah, but you know,
Yes, man.
You
Seth
see that
Rogen
full
ain't black.
cast though? You see that
Billy,
full cast
whatever
for,
isn't
Lion
black.
King? It's pretty crazy.
It's a pretty good cast.
huge.
It's a
The
pretty
guy's
good.
hilarious.
Yeah, he's fucking funny. I mean, they're both great. I think they're great casting. Timon and Pumbaa, they're great.
Oh, yeah,
Seth
the
Rogen
best.
and Billy Eisner, whatever his name.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
From
Andre,
Parks and Rec,
man.
man.
Well, who's Eric Andre playing?
He's playing I think the main hyena, I believe. Whatever her.
Bonsai?
Whoever did.
Who Whoopi
whoever
Goldberg
did
played?
Whoopi did.
Oh,
Whoever
okay.
did.
Eric Andre, his fucking
Yeah.
show
Dude,
is so
his show
dumb.
is
Did you,
amazing.
Lou showed me a bunch of
we-
clips.
yeah.
Dude, oh man, I love
It's just
that
so- it's
show.
so
Like,
crazy.
It's like when I first saw it, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And like anyone who hasn't watched it, just YouTube Eric Andre show. Just watch anything from it. Like watch a couple. Like it's just I love it. I think it's just gold. Like
Yeah.
wow, just mind blowing. Sometimes literally.
So many moments where it's just like what it's literally like certainly what the fuck am I watching moments in
Yeah.
that show. I don't know.
Oh, my bad.
Billy,
What's up?
welcome back. Billy ordered a PS4.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Hey.
back.
Yeah, dude. It took me like, what, how many, 4 years? 4 or 5 years to actually get back to console gaming. You know, I go on
been on that PC
What,
Master
what
Race,
sparked
man.
it, man? What happened?
I don't know. I just want to play NBA.
You didn't even
That
buy the
2K, you wanted
NBA
that
bundle.
2K, man. Why don't you get the 2K bundle?
It wasn't in 4K, so
Oh,
I bought
okay.
the Destiny bundle,
Okay.
$100 cheaper.
That's
This-
fair, I guess.
And one of our
Is that
friends.
the Pro or what?
Yeah, the Pro.
PS4 Pro.
Yep, so
You
it
gonna
was
play
a-
Destiny 2 with us, Billy?
Oh, so the 2K wasn't Pro?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, my brother bought the 2K version. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna buy it because he got it now. I just want to smoke him, dust him, man.
Get dusted.
But he's too scared to play me,
Dustin.
unfortunately. Makes me sad.
That 2K.
So of course, in typical Billy fashion, he wants to play all the JRPGs.
Yeah, I'm gonna finally get on that 15 Final Fantasy
Final
15.
Fantasy 15.
The
He's gonna borrow my
P5.
copy.
Yeah.
Persona 5.
His copy.
Yeah.
He has
My
all the
copy.
games I really want to play.
It's so funny because the only games I buy very few games digitally.
You knew
very few.
you knew I was gonna go pick up the PS4 so I can
I was,
actually
like,
port your game.
I was about to buy it digitally. I was like, oh, Billy's gonna want to play this. That was my-
And I'm so happy because I get to save like $100 right there.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, so that's
Retel has all games, dude.
Yep.
I'm excited for you to like. I want to hear what you think about Final Fantasy 15 because it's very divisive. Some people liked
Really?
it. Some people did not like it.
So it's not like 13
I
where
thought everyone
everyone
loved it.
hated it.
Everyone like. I don't.
I legit thought everyone
Billy's
because
gonna love it,
Everyone
man.
who's played it has told me you just play it. Like it's amazing.
Really? Because I did hear like some people just don't like the characters, the character design.
Billy's gonna love the squad, dude.
But
Yeah,
I think
that's
Billy
true,
in
right.
particular, like boys club, you got like he's gonna love this shit. It's just a bunch. It's a bromance. Just a
I love
bunch of
that,
bros
man.
driving around
That's
cruising.
the best. That's the best. But
I
yeah.
actually personally I loved 15. I liked it a lot. I actually finished
You
it.
you didn't like 13, right?
No, I didn't like 13.
Yeah. See, a lot of people didn't like 13. I personally didn't like 13. Like it was like the crappiest one I played for sure. But
Yeah,
I liked
couldn't
12 and a lot of
finish
people
it.
didn't
Yeah,
like 12.
no, I love 12.
I haven't played 12 yet, so that's why I'm gonna.
I need to give it another. Well, now that you got that, I
yeah.
have
Yeah.
to give that another
you-
chance.
No, you're gonna get that shit.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna play it for
yeah.
more. But like, I'm excited for some JRPGs. I was like looking like forward to a lot of games. I'm gonna order quite a bit. You know,
Just, take it slow, take it one game at a time.
Yeah.
I would-
FF15,
Dog, talking
Persona
to the
5.
microphone. Look how little your shit is, and look how big Retel's shit and mine shit is. Because you gotta talk right into the
I
microphone.
know
but-
we
but
talked
his
about
nose
this.
is huge.
What does that got to
It's
do
all
with
the-
anything?
It's all the breathing, the
every
loud breathing.
every
Every
peak is
toasty
his
one.
nose, pretty much. Bam. Oh shit!
Oh.
Yes, it's no, baby.
You peeking, dog.
No, I'm kidding, Retel. But yeah, I'm gonna play quite a bit of like JRPGs and shit. That's all I'm gonna do. Also, I mumble a lot. That's why it's fucking.
I think that's what it is. Look at that. Sorry, if you guys are listening or watching, you don't see the screen. We're just looking at the audio,
Waves.
like the sound waves.
I'm
and the
too lazy
spikes.
to talk right now. That's why it's
And
mumbling.
Billy's a low talker, man, and I've been giving him shit about it. the
I'm
past
only
few
loud when I
episodes.
watch like fucking
When you're hype.
games. Oh,
When you're
dude,
hype, when Billy's hype.
Daffy is like, can you stop yelling at the TV when you're watching NBA? I'm like, what do you mean? Like any game I watch, I get hype. Lonzo Ball, baby.
and then he comes on the podcast. And,
Yeah, I'm so bad. Fuck that shit, man.
Just put some NBA on the screen.
Yeah.
And Billy be laughing.
Yeah, I pop off all the time. She always has to cover her ears and shit. She's sitting beside me, reading a book.
Poor Daphne,
I'm like-
man.
I'm like, Steph Curry the shot. Oh fuck!
Food is
And I just
slamming.
get up and I get up, clap my hands and shit. She's like, what are you doing? Funny thing is, my brother does the same thing. Like I went upstairs and I was watching like we were just watching a game because my brother had money on it, and then Daffy just like I come back down and I was like, were you yelling up there? I'm like, no, I was Brian. He's like sounding exactly like him. He's like, yeah, we're brothers. What do you expect?
Yeah.
So yeah, watching live sports with me is legit because I get everyone hyped over the team I'm loving, I'm feeling that day. You know,
Billy does put out this certain kind of energy,
Yeah.
for sure.
when I'm watching, like when I'm
When
watching,
he's passionate about something,
yeah,
he
dude,
goes in.
yeah,
Hype-
exactly.
hype
Like, I
man
go
Billy.
all in. No, like fucking 50-50 shit, man. Go fucking hard, or go home.
So, Ben,
Hmm.
you've been away, so you've just been working. That's it. No funny stories. You forgot mine and your brother's birthday.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I was in the States. I mean, happy late Thanksgiving to all the American listeners. But yeah.
December
late,
12th.
late,
What-
man. That's
December
like,
12th.
yeah, oh, right. December 12th. Oh, dang.
2
Okay.
weeks from Christmas, not even.
Yeah, well, we went down to the States. I mean, nothing funny that happened there.
Well, I mean, let's go back to that scream that Ben did on
Oh,
the
he-
last episode. We talked about that. Let's get Ben's input on that
This is
right now.
true. Ben,
Scream?
you didn't,
oh, you didn't finish
you
watching
didn't-
this podcast, huh?
we introduced a new segment to the Top Tier podcast called Top Tier Clips, where we go back and we analyze
boy.
certain clips from past videos.
Right.
We have years worth of videos and clips and highlights, and so one that we showed last episode was when you were over at my place. We were playing a game called Slender.
Oh, boy. Yeah, at your place? At Joyce?
And
Joyce.
Joyce, exactly.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And,
There's the
and
three of us.
we all got a huge kick out of the ending of the video where you screamed.
Hold on. Yeah, I think I was trying to...
Yo, play that shit back.
Okay,
Run
okay.
it back. Run it back.
Okay, I'll be honest with everyone here. Like, freaky stuff do freak me out. In a group setting, though, like, well, no, I was pretty creeped out. I won't lie. I was pretty creeped out at that moment. But I'm pretty sure I just hyped the moment.
So
But-
if anyone didn't watch last episode, we're just gonna play the video back
Okay,
one
let's
more
see it.
time.
For
Let's
Ben
see.
because he's actually
Okay,
here. You know?
let's see this. Oh, good. If I remember correctly, though, I totally gave out a fake scream.
It's a lie.
But it might be real. I'll let
That's
you know.
truth.
I'll let you know. But I was creeped out. I remember I was creeped out because Retel was just playing this game badly. Just.
No, we've gone through this. We're not. No, that wasn't it.
You saw it.
Yeah, there's no Slender Man at all.
Taking the day off. You know what? I'm gonna go to the beach today.
I want to say it was fake. I'm pretty sure I faked that one.
I want to say it was fake, man. I really hope so, dude.
Yeah.
It felt
Yeah.
kind of genuine to me, man.
It was pretty
You know
genuine.
what? Take
It could
it.
be.
Take it however you like.
It's open
I'll be honest. I don't feel the least bit embarrassed right now. So what? Because it's all good.
It's okay.
It's fine, man. It's all
well,
good times.
I did read something. Something I want to share with everyone.
Okay,
actually.
okay.
Oh,
Ben
we
sacked.
take something from your
It's
side.
been a little while.
Okay, so I mean, I'm sure everyone's heard like Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller. People have probably heard Dark Knight Strikes Again, same by Frank Miller.
Yep.
Now, something I haven't heard anyone talk about is the newest. There's a new book that came out. I mean, they came out. This was over like a span of a couple of years that they came out with Batman: The Master Race, and then finally, like
Calm down.
maybe like 2 months. I know. Retel, he's freaking out because Master Race.
right.
Um,
Calm down.
but
Take it there.
But yeah, so a couple months ago, maybe 2-3 months ago, they finally came out with a full volume instead of just the single. So, anyways, yeah, Master Race, Batman Master Race. But for anyone who knows me, I love The Dark Knight. For me, it's like my favorite I'll say it's my favorite Batman story is The Dark Knight Returns.
It's a lot of onions in here.
But this one is just as good, maybe better. It just follows a story. It just takes off from where we've left off.
What did you just say?
Billy's under the. There's a lot of onions on there. There are pieces of onion or something on there.
The art's amazing. You got Brian Arazello, who did 100 Bullets, which like is awesome story, 100 Bullets. But anyways, story's phenomenal. And the reality is with comic books, at least like with DC comic books, some stories kind of repeat themselves. But this one I felt was quite fresh for the most part, and the way it ends is just caught me by surprise. And I'm excited. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I'm just it was awesome that I don't know how long it was since before. Sorry.
Is this a new book or is it older?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is it has like all three of the ones you mentioned in one, or like
No,
is it
no,
just one?
This is a
it's its
whole
own
new
thing?
story. So it's like a continuation from that story, from
those
that
other
that
ones.
same
Okay,
world.
Gotcha.
This is like the third installment. So like, the continuation
Right.
on it.
Right.
So yeah, 86 was.
So I should read the other ones first.
Yeah, read for sure. Read the other ones first.
You have Dark Knight Returns, don't you?
Yeah, but like the other recent ones
Yeah.
that I haven't read yet.
Yeah, there's and then they even came out. It's not part of this collection, but before they released this, there was like The Last Crusade, which
Yeah.
is Batman and Jason Todd.
Ooh.
And it's
My
again.
boy Red Hood.
Well, I won't say anything, but it's again incredible. Like Frank Miller just kills it. Just the stories are phenomenal. So anyone who's into the Dark Knight series or looking for, the Frank Miller's Dark Knight, or just wanting to try a different like Batman with like a different Batman, I strongly recommend it. It's solid gold. I again recommend it. Love it.
2 thumbs
Awesome.
up.
2001.
Yeah.
That was
part of Dark Knight Strikes Again.
In 86, Dark Knight Returns came out.
Right?
2001, Dark Knight Strikes Again came
So
out.
16 years later, we got this book.
Damn. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but again, it's a weird thing. I mean, not that I hang out with people that read comic books or anything of that nature, but
No.
no one has really like talked about it. I haven't heard anything at all from it. Like, I mean, obviously DC's gonna, they're gonna hype up Rebirth because that's where the money's coming or where the money needs to be going anyways. But yeah, no talk about this. So point that out there, awareness.
Did you guys see the trailer for the new the anime style
Batman Ninja?
Batman
Yeah, I saw
Ninja?
Yeah.
Trailer looks pretty crazy.
Looks
Look,
cool.
Joker looks
It's
insane.
interesting, yeah.
The art animation looks nuts. It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I can't remember, but it's like, you got some of the same people who worked on Afro Samurai.
Samurai Champloo.
The music of Samurai
Yeah.
Champloo, and then you also got
You can't have the music of that Simon Chaplin. Man.
was
Justice is dead. Rest in peace.
what was it, Garen Lagann? Like, it's just like all my favorite things. Like Afro Samurai, like I mean, the animation for it, the character designs were just phenomenal, and even like the story for the most part. Like, yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, I could lend it, but it's amazing. It's just the animation of it is amazing.
Yeah.
The ideas, yeah. So I'm excited. For
Yeah,
Batman
it looks
Ninja.
pretty crazy. It looks like it's something different. Okay, so we have the Christmas episode of the Top Tier Podcast coming out soon. So this episode goes live on December 12th. So we need to do the Christmas episode somewhere like between like the 19th to like the 24th, somewhere in there. But anyways, we can discuss that in our own terms. We need to figure out who is doing the not so secret Santa and who is buying for who.
I feel like this is like so. Oh yeah, it's not so secret Santa. Never mind.
It's
It's
the
not
not
flawed.
so secret Santa.
So it's not flawed. Okay.
Because like we don't basically I don't want Bear and Whitney to end up buying for each other.
Yeah, it's just easy for them because
Plus
probably
they're not here, so we need to draw for them.
Okay, how about you draw for Bear right now, like first?
I'm gonna draw for Bear right now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
because it's the most.
Unless you get
best
Santos,
chance. Yeah, if you get Santos, switch
then
it
it's
up.
your draw.
Billy's-
Then you get Santos.
Bear is buying for Lou.
Yeah, I feel like last time he got me too.
Really?
Yo,
Yeah.
He may have.
Sure, yeah.
It
That's
doesn't
fine,
matter.
that's fine.
He got me this little Yoshi thing, and
He's
wow.
buying
that's
for
why I
you
got it.
again.
He's still
There you
got
go.
it.
There you go.
Yoshi number 2.
Yoshi
Drawing
number two,
for
here you
Whitney
go.
next. Santos is buying. Yo, she bought for me last time too.
You want to mix this shit up or what?
Yeah, there you go.
Just do it,
There you
man.
go. That's good.
This is
That's
redraw.
good. Yeah,
Let's
whatever.
redraw.
Whatever.
Redraw.
Why?
Redraw.
Well, what's wrong with Santos getting you a present? He's
Because
okay.
we got the exact same pairings last time.
Yeah.
Well, what's
no.
wrong with that?
We're
We
redrawing.
gotta change it up, man.
We gotta change it up. We gotta change it up.
How about you draw for yourself right now?
Okay, we're gonna draw for Bear.
You mixed that shit up, dude.
How much can I possibly mix that up? There's only like fucking
Okay,
6
more
things in
than
there.
Okay, yeah, you know.
So
You
Bear.
know what you should have did is you should have kept our names out and then drawn for Bear and Whitney again.
Okay. Bear is buying for Retel. It's different.
okay.
It's different.
Okay. Whitney is buying
Whitney.
for.
Bearing. Whitney is bearing.
Who is Whitney bearing?
Whose child is she bearing?
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No. Oh my god.
Yo, Bear's gonna listen to this. What the fuck, dog? So Whitney is buying for.
It's meant to
I gotta mix this shit up.
It's different.
Meant
It's
to
different.
be.
Whitney is buying for Luke.
Yo, is it only your name and Lou's name?
No, I don't know what's going on.
This is fucking bullshit right
The
now,
biggest pieces of paper. I don't know, dude.
This guy.
Yeah, yo, you need someone else. You need someone else.
Okay, okay.
This is someone else.
even mixing. You're just moving
Yeah, you just like
How can you
Mix
mix
it
that
up
up?
and
Mix
put it
that
back
up.
down. You just don't pick up that shit, dude.
Okay,
like you're
Ben, who
frying
are you
some.
buying for?
for myself. Oh, got Bear.
Ben is buying for Bear.
Why don't you pick for yourself? Okay, fuck
I'll
that.
go last. Save the best for last, Billy.
I'm buying for Ben.
Okay. So who's left?
Well, Santos.
Someone still needs to buy for Santos.
And Billy.
I can see Whitney's name.
Just pick
Who's the
it.
other one?
Yeah, pick a hand. Pick a hand.
This is so flawed, man.
How is it flawed? Dude,
Okay,
it's
does it even matter though? Does it even matter at this point though?
No, that's funny, dude. Whitney, man. Let's go, Whitney.
Let's
There you
swap
go.
for me.
Who did I get? Yo, who fucking crumpled this up so much?
You did,
You
man.
folded
Shit.
it.
Billy. Okay.
Wow.
Billy, you'd be
nice.
so easy to shop for, man.
Yeah, just buy me new games right there, man.
Well, Wes, I feel I got Bear last time I had to do this.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, you want
Yeah,
to
because
swap?
I got him the Nova. I got him the Nova comic book. Anyways, that's fine.
You want to swap?
No.
Ben and Whitney?
Santos. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's
Let's
probably
do it.
part. All right, I got you, Beirudi.
Okay.
Santos.
So,
Actually, give me Billy, just because, and then it's like me and Barry just getting each other gifts.
Yeah. Sorry.
whoa.
Yo, we can cut that out. We can edit that out.
Edit it out.
We ain't live.
Bleep
We
that,
ain't
bleep
live.
that.
PC,
Bleep
dog.
that. Bleep that.
All right.
We ain't live.
I am buying for Bear.
All right, we're settled.
It was
Wait,
PC
but now
back
Bear's
in-
just buying for me.
Hey. Wait, let me swap then.
Okay, why do we even do this? Like, seriously,
Like it helps.
Wait, who are you buying? Are you buying for? Okay, the one you swap then.
Okay, Ben, I'm buying for you, dog.
I guess
Oh,
I'm buying
so-
from Bear then.
It's so hard to shop for Ben, no, man.
Oh, it's,
Just get him some DC shit and be happy.
that's what I
I'll
was
get
thinking about.
Justice League on Blue Rizzle, dog.
dude. Yo, game the director's cut though.
Yeah, I heard.
No, get it in H Dizzle, dog.
HD DVD, dog. I got you.
Dizzle.
All right, so I'm buying for Bear.
Okay,
Okay, I got.
okay,
who I
we
got?
gotta write
Billy,
this
I got
down.
Billy,
Who's
I got
buying
Billy.
for who, man?
Just keep your papers.
We just keep it. Yeah, keep your paper. We'll set it. We'll write it down later.
And then
So-
who's what?
So Bear is buying for me, and Whitney is buying for Luke.
Okay, there you go.
Do we not have an Instagram page like just
No.
Top Tier Podcast? I feel like we should because I'll run that page because I'm
Do you
always
wanna
on the
do it?
gram. Like I'm down for that.
Okay,
We
sure.
should probably do
Alright.
this off screen.
All right.
Yeah.
No. Where did this?
What's the
full-
password gonna be?
Full transparency.
Awesome, dude.
Full transparency. We'll start a Top Tier Podcast Instagram page.
Dude, honestly,
Run
I'm on
by
the gram
Billy.
all the time, so I kind of know how it works.
Billy the Huin, man.
I mean,
For the win.
like Lou doesn't send me any Instagram things, and when he like just like any memes or anything, and if he just says something, I like understand where it's coming from.
He's just Billy. If he runs our Top Tier Podcast Instagram page, he's just gonna like.
Meme everything.
He's just gonna re-Instagram a bunch of like Daquan posts.
No. I don't regram, man.
He's
No
gonna
regrams,
re-gram a bunch
man.
of Daquan or a bunch of hood clips.
The hood vines.
Yo,
Yeah.
there's another one now. It's
They're the
Hood
best.
Sight.
Yeah,
man.
Hood Sight, man. I'm on all three. I got all three of those.
Yeah,
I'm
me
on
too,
all
man.
three of them.
And some
They
good
all
shit,
post
man.
the same shit too.
Sometimes it's
Yeah.
fresh.
Sometimes it's fresh.
It's
Sometimes it's
good.
fresh.
Oh
But then
my
the
God.
other one will post it after.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny.
It's good, man. I love it.
Gotta check that out.
I'll start posting more on Instagram. Not for my page, like everyone else's.
So yeah, it's gonna be. So what, should we make a what's the $50 limit? 25? 25.
30.
30?
Let's make it 30.
30.
Yeah, make it 30. 30 is good.
$30 between $20 to $30.
Okay.
25 to $30.
All right.
So specific, dude.
Just go for 30, man. Max
Just
is
go for 30. Okay. And also I want to bring in something new to this episode as well.
Oh wow, this guy with the ideas.
The innovations.
Well, I gotta keep this shit going. I need to keep the conversation going. So this is our officially sponsored by Avengers.
Are they actually paying us?
No.
Fuck, man.
That's how Retel's going to Florida, dude. That's why he get that Disney money. He's going to Disney. They get given a free trip to Disney.
He's gonna
World.
meeting with Walt Disney over there.
This is our
the
random
grave.
topic cup. We'll call it bucket though. It sounds better. It's our random topic bucket.
Can we have a better cup
Bucket
next
Barnes, right?
You're so dumb, dude. It took me a while.
So you're the dumb one. It didn't take you that long,
It
dude.
took me a while to realize what the fuck that joke was
Yeah,
going
so who's dumb now?
bucket because it's Avengers, right?
Yeah, of course. But come on, man.
Okay,
Ben,
so
pick
what's
a
the deal?
topic.
So we picking. So
Just
what's
pick
the
a topic.
Okay,
Just pick a topic and then we'll discuss.
okay, should I read it?
Did you pull out two?
No, I got one. I
Okay,
know how to
okay.
pick out paper from a bucket.
Unlike I did.
This guy
Mix it up, dude.
mixing it up.
Okay.
Oh, easy. Should I read this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for all of us, dude.
The answer.
Yo, you didn't even explain what this segment's all about. You just
It's-
said we have a
How
chum bucket.
complicated can it be, dude? Random topic bucket. Bucket Barnes.
Okay,
dude.
here it is. What
Dude, why are you...
What is the best condiments?
for Retel, man. What you...
Get your yarmulke on, dog.
Get the yarmulke, man. Okay, yo, what is the best condiment? Easy, French's mustard.
No.
What?
What's the best condiment?
Yeah, French's mustard.
Mayonnaise, dude.
Okay, hold on.
Mayonnaise is very like diverse. It can do just pretty much anything.
Well,
That's the whitest thing you ever said, Retel.
I like French's mustard just because there's no sugar in it. It's just nice. I like ketchup.
When you ever been worried about that, dog?
Yeah, what the hell? Are we getting old? We're
I'm getting
old, man.
fat is what's happening. That's
you don't
why.
have to worry about sugar, man. It's all about the macros, baby.
Oh my god.
You know,
True.
I used to know on Little Caesars when I was in California.
Woo!
They get Little Caesars, $5.
Well, that's the first problem right there.
But then you put a little bit of that French's mustard on it. It's pretty dang good. I won't
On your
lie.
pizza?
Yeah, on the pizza. It's pretty good.
Dude,
Little
I'm not-
Caesars. Little Caesars. I'm not talking fancy pizza.
I know.
I'm
Little
talking
Caesars is like the lowest of low.
No,
Yeah,
no.
the-
It's not the lowest.
Little
It's
Low.
pretty
Caesars.
low, dude.
Little, they used to be real good.
Yeah, they used to be like mid-tier.
I mean, I haven't
you
had
get
it
like
since
a
I
full
became
individual
lactose,
pizza
but
for $5, man. You get what you pay for.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty good $5 pizza. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
But as of late, I'd say Chipotle. Actually, I really love Chipotle sauce.
Oh, the
Chipotle sauce. Okay,
yeah.
I was about to say
Like,
Chipotle's got the best pizza.
No.
Big Mexican food.
Yeah. Yo, Mexicans. Yo,
Yeah,
last
hit
time-
up that
okay.
new La Taqueria,
Okay,
dude, the new joint that they got.
Oh, what?
Not the one that we
I
went
saw-
to, but the new one, the big
Where?
one. It's on.
Can be in Broadway.
No, I want to see. It's
That's
either
too
on
moving.
Hornby or How.
Oh, no, I mean-
Yeah. Anyways,
good?
bro,
Holy
the carnitas,
shit.
bro. Oh man.
Well, I mean, talk about but Mexican pizza. Okay, again, California. I had Mexican pizza once. It messed me up.
Oh,
Don't
no.
do it. It was a bad idea. It was like beans,
What is?
mushrooms.
Hold on, this is
and it was
like taco style ingredients on a
It was
pizza.
a
that
Mexican restaurant, and they
Maybe it's
had
just a restaurant.
So
Okay.
I can't even remember. I want to say the bread was breaded like pizza bread, but like there was beans on it, those mushrooms, and I can't remember what else. And like well in California, at no time did I get like stomach issues, but after eating a Mexican pizza, nah, dude, don't do it.
All right,
It's
all right.
bad.
The bread was so breaded.
Is that what I said? The bread was pizza bread. It was pizza bread. It
I'm
wasn't
just being an asshole.
He's being an asshole.
It's all good.
Okay, so yours is Chipotle?
Yeah, Chipotle sauce.
Chipotle sauce. I mean, it's pretty good too. You can go on a lot of things.
Does that count as a condiment,
That's a good
or
point.
is it a sauce?
Well, where do you draw the
Whoa.
line?
Well, what's the
Ketchup
difference?
ain't a sauce.
Yo. There's some families out there
well-
making spaghetti with ketchup. dog.
Hey, dude.
That's a
everything I do, dude.
Hey,
I'm
telling you right
you
now.
have a point. You have a point. I'm
There
gonna
are
give you that
families
one.
out there,
I'm gonna give you that one. You have a point.
that is
there.
my poverty pasta, man. I'll show you how to do it.
No, bro, he used soy sauce on his spaghetti. You don't get full of nobody. Billy.
Dude, ketchup.
I love sodium sauce. Why are calories?
Yeah, it's all about the macros, man.
No, I'm telling you.
It's fucking-
I'm telling you this right now.
Just noodles and soy sauce.
Dude, that works too. If you pan fry it with garlic, a little bit of sugar, and soy sauce. You guys had it before. It's fucking good.
That's good shit.
If you pan fry it, everything is good. Also, I'm telling you,
Can't fry that shit.
Oh,
I will make it for you next time. If you guys don't like it,
So soy
You
sauce.
know, here's what's gonna happen. Billy's gonna make this new top tier podcast page. Everybody go follow it because it'll be up by the time you hear this.
true.
And then what we want you to do is to make your best the pasta soy
Billy
sauce
pasta.
fried in a dish, the Billy style pasta, and send us your fucking pictures of your pasta.
I'll give you a fucking recipe. It'll work.
We'll regram the best one.
I'll tell you the recipe right now. It's fucking spaghetti and soy sauce. dude.
No, you have to add
You have to
other
fry
stuff.
it in the pan.
Add it with garlic, a little bit of sugar.
Yo,
a little
get
bit of
creative.
sauce.
Get creative.
Boom. It's good.
Show us what you
You
got.
guys will be like, fuck, this is actually pretty good. Obviously, don't overload with the soy sauce.
Your best.
I'm telling you this right now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So what is your best poverty pasta?
My best poverty pasta is...
He's got more.
No, I got more. It's with ketchup. It surprisingly works. I'm going to make it. You guys are going to eat like fucking like, shit, this is actually good. It's just fucking ketchup, garlic.
Yo, man,
That's it.
When you throw in garlic, man, garlic's
Ketchup
so
and garlic.
good.
Ketchup, garlic.
No pasta. That's it. Ketchup and garlic, man. No pasta. You hold,
I'm telling you, it works.
hold the pasta.
And
Luigi.
obviously ground turkey. or
People.
ground with it.
Make that shit.
If you
Send us pics.
make sure you pan fry it though.
Two
That's where-
excellent recipes.
Fried in a pan.
If you guys don't like it, you can be like, Billy, you're a liar.
Yeah.
But if I make it and it smells fucking
Yo.
good and it's fucking like
Yo,
good,
We all know it's gonna be hype as hell.
Yeah,
We all know.
exactly.
We all
Really
know.
hype as hell.
Step down, Martha
Dude.
Stewart. We got Billy.
that it's like fucking poverty shit. But it's okay. I made this when I was a kid. My parents didn't have fucking nothing. Fucking delicious, man.
Billy's for the win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pasta.
Also because Daphne made fun of me too. She's like, "Why the fuck are you putting this?" I'm like, "Don't fucking eat my food then." After I made
So
it,
savage.
she's like,
To your fiance. Don't eat my food then. You go starve.
Make your own shit.
But the funny thing is, she's like, "Oh fuck, that smells pretty good." I'm like, "Forget." And then obviously I offered her the food
sassy.
later,
Cooks it up.
So
and she
sassy.
fucking loved it, man.
Cooks it up. Puts it in the plate. Puts it in front of her. Lets her smell it. Picks it up. Puts it in the compost.
I don't waste food, man. I eat everything.
No, Billy
I'll tell
don't
you that.
compost.
Nah, I eat every fucking thing, man.
Okay, so soy sauce then?
No, I personally think it's sriracha, man.
Ah, that was mine. I was
Sriracha's
gonna say
good.
sriracha.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I
Like,
was gonna say sriracha.
Yeah, it goes well on everything. You know,
Oh,
white
fuck.
and Asian.
Put it with your eggs in the morning. You know.
Yeah, it's pretty. You can do just about.
Put it in
anything
your
with sriracha.
pho.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Oh
pho.
shit!
Put it in that banh mi.
But me that beat, man.
Pho duck meal, man.
Oh my god.
you put that shit on fucking anything. You know, like hot dogs, great with sriracha, man.
Put it in your burgers, dog.
Ooh, yeah, man.
You know?
Shit, sriracha's the best condiment.
Yeah, I had some wings the other day. They're like sriracha
'em on
onion
your
wings.
wings,
They're so
dog.
There you go,
good.
man.
Okay, so here's an idea. Is sriracha like the Kevin Hart of sauces? I mean, you go watch a movie, but you don't necessarily go to watch Kevin Hart. You go for like the whole like ensemble. So is that what sriracha
Whoa.
is? Is the Kevin Hart?
Isn't
of
like
sauces?
condiment? No, we're talking about condiments.
I know, that's it.
I think he knows that.
But it aren't like condiments. You don't go for just the condiment. You'll
Of
be like,
course.
So that's why I guess he's compared to just Kevin Hart.
You don't go just to
It's
watch
a
Kevin
topping.
Hart.
You
yeah,
don't-
that's
you
topping. You don't.
You don't top a movie with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You need the Rock there. Too.
Yeah, you
Dwayne
need
Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
But it complements it,
Yeah.
and it complements well,
So
even
that's,
though
that's what sriracha is.
pretty much.
It's like Kevin Hart with the jokes, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
the jokes. He sprinkle the jokes on it.
But too much Kevin Hart.
This is the worst like analogy.
Yeah.
It's a very
It was
bad
pretty bad
analogy.
analogy.
But we made it work.
Did we? I don't know,
We brought
man.
it back around. We brought it back around.
We tried.
You tried.
Billy?
Saucing.
Oh, whoa, we're doing
Oh.
whoa, relax.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
bang your
Sorry.
table, dog.
No, it wasn't- it was-
These mics pick up everything, dog.
That's what I was trying to tell you guys, man.
Retel tells the Mowgli story.
We've told this story before on the podcast.
On the
No,
podcast?
I told this story. I I told this story on a little podcast called Black Non-Black that I did
You didn't do
like
it here.
4 years ago. I
Oh.
never told it on a top tier
Okay.
podcast.
Well, here it goes.
And plus, like it was 4 years ago. It's probably gonna be new for a lot of people. Have you guys all heard this story?
I have
No,
never
I
We
heard
have
this
all
story.
heard.
Really?
Are you serious? You never heard the Mowgli story?
No.
No, I haven't.
You've been living with this guy next door, and you haven't heard the Mowgli story.
This guy never tells me shit, man.
Hold on.
You know how this guy has told this story so many times
Is it-
around me.
It's been
What,
years since I've told this story.
What, did he shut down on like an
It's a
orphan or
good
something?
story, but it's just like I'm just surprised you guys haven't heard it.
I haven't heard it.
It sounds like it's kind of...
I might have heard it. I don't know. I'll probably forget because he's forgetting.
It's gonna be like
Saying-
being
Yo,
to some
what?
orphan kids.
You talking shit about my stories? I got the best stories.
That's true. He has pretty good stories.
All right, let's hear it.
You tell them pretty well too.
Yeah, you have.
Like whenever I ask you guys to tell stories, you ain't got shit for me. But I'm coming here just with gold night
because
after
my
night,
life
man.
is not interesting. It's very bland.
So I used to
without
work at Best
sriracha.
Buy, as a lot of you guys know.
Yep.
And so this story, this happened around Christmas time. So around Christmas time, obviously it's the busiest time of the year. And there's tons of... Best Buy usually, every Christmas, they bring on tons of seasonal staff, right? And a lot of these seasonal staff, you know, they're only there for a couple months. You don't really get too attached to them. You don't know them that well like you do your regular full-timers, right? Because I was a full-timer. This was like... I must have been like 18 or 19 at the time. I was still really young.
Oh god, that's a douchebag Retel
This is,
right here.
these douchebag Retel days, and this was a douchebag move on my part.
Oh god.
And so, so this is around the time I was working the merch team. So I wasn't in the gaming section, right? That's how I started off in my first year, and then they got rid of that. But anyways, so I was working in the merch team, and one of the other guys in the merch team, he was one of the seasonal staff that we just brought in, and so no one really knew him very well. He's also really young. He's probably like 15 or 16. It's probably like his first job ever, right?
Oh god.
And he was just very reserved. He didn't really talk that much. He just kind of kept to himself. And thing about a lot of the seasonal staff too is I don't know if they do it differently now, but a lot of times they don't even have a name tag because they're just like, oh, why make the fucking name tag? He's not gonna be here for a couple months. And so he didn't have a name tag. So usually we always start off our day with like a morning meeting, right? And that's where everyone in the department just kind of gets together. They go over goals. They go over whatever is happening in the department, et cetera, et cetera. So one morning, we're doing our morning meeting, and everyone's there. And then this one guy, the one kid that I was telling you guys about, he wasn't there yet. And everyone's just like, oh, you know, where is he? Where's what's his name? And so this kid, mind you, he was of Indian descent. Okay.
Of course.
And he had about shoulder length straight hair, and he had bangs. So he's a really funny looking kid, man. He's kind of a funny looking kid, and so he wasn't there at the morning meeting, and you know the senior of the department was just like, oh hey, where's what's his name? I'm just like, oh, being the douchebag that I am, I was like, oh, you mean Mowgli? And I guess for whatever reason, just nobody caught on to the joke. They didn't get the connection that I was trying to make here, that he looks like Mowgli from the Jungle Book. And so he eventually gets there. He's like, oh, hey, Mowgli, what's going on? And I guess this kid, he didn't really understand or whatever. He didn't correct anyone on what his name actually was. He was just too shy, or he didn't realize that they were talking to him or whatever, right? And so just everyone kind of went about, and everyone started calling him Mowgli. And I was just like, I didn't correct that. I was an asshole, right? I was like, I'm gonna let this shit roll. This is hilarious.
Douchebag Retel.
And it all kind of culminated one day. This wasn't even the same day. This was like a week, 2 weeks later.
Oh my
You know, I'm just working one of the aisles. I'm just stocking the shelves, whatever, doing what merch people do. And I hear paged over the entire store once the store was open, right? Can you get Mowgli to the warehouse, please? Mowgli to the warehouse. I'm in the aisle. I'm like, yes!
That's so bad.
And you know, I don't know. I never really saw a resolution to this, but we all just called him Mowgli for a very long time.
So
That's the story.
well, that had a happy ending, I guess.
It was happy for me.
I was scared. I was gonna turn to like a hostage situation or something.
No,
so,
but that was
so you never found out the kid's real name?
no.
Man, you guys don't even
He's
care.
gonna listen to the story. He's gonna find you one day.
I probably ruined his life. I lost my job. Everyone started calling me Mowgli.
And they
I
can't
lost my-
fire
15.
Mowgli if there is no Mowgli.
That's the thing. Is like whoever was doing the schedule was probably like, it's like say his name was Jason or something regular. It's like, Jason, who the fuck's Jason?
He's never here.
He never gets paid for his shit.
That's brutal.
Yeah, Mowgli on the payroll. But there's no Jason. What?
Did he get paid though?
I don't know. I never went that
I hope
far.
he did. Retel has ruined his life, man.
Dang.
2 weeks of work. So terrible.
Pretty brutal.
That's pretty
It
damn
was
funny.
pretty funny. It was pretty fucking funny. I remember I told that story to Jarrell way back in the day on Black Non-Black. He thought it was the funniest shit. Shout outs to Black Non-Black. It was good while it lasted. Lou,
2 episodes was it?
4.
Four.
It was 4.
Double.
Fantastic
It's a
episodes.
mini series, man.
It was a mini series. It was the band of brothers of the Top Tier Podcast.
Have you ever peed in the shower?
Yo, every time. How's
Dude,
that
of
even a
course,
question?
man. Yeah.
Doesn't count, dude.
What? What do you wait.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys have
Dude.
peed in the shower before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just about every time, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier. It's clean.
What, dude? How do you pee?
This is a better one.
Yo, pee in the shower is a good question.
Dude, do you be in the shower?
No.
There you go.
Weirdo.
It's done.
Yeah. You're the only weirdo in this fucking crew. So
I'm the weird one for not peeing in the shower?
yeah, majority. Not.
It's a normal thing. People do it all the time. Dude, you pee down the drain, dog.
Yeah. You don't just spray on the other side of the fucking drain.
On the
Down the fucking drain.
You're gonna pee up on the downstream.
Yo,
Yeah.
You're standing in
yo, you tell me you take a crap in the shower, then we gotta
Whoa,
talk.
that's a
Then
different
we
story.
gotta talk.
You took a dump in the shower?
No! Man, fuck you guys. All right, next
Here you go.
fucking
What
topic.
is the most physical pain you've ever felt?
Ooh.
What? Retel is playing for honor.
Ooh, yeah.
Worst physical pain? I wrote these topics. I didn't even think about it. How about you guys?
I'm never in pain.
What?
I mean, I don't know.
I think the most agonizing thing I've ever experienced was actually when I first moved here, because I used to live on Vancouver Island.
Yeah.
And as we discussed at length last episode, I used to have braces. And I'm moving from the island to Vancouver, right? And so I had to find a new orthodontist. And so I went and got them tightened for the first time in like 3 months. And it was just such an excruciating fucking like tightening. And plus, I also had the flu at the same time. So it was just like the combination of just like being super sick and my whole fucking face just like in just such pain from the extreme braces tightening that it was just like, it was literally just like 2 days of just fucking agony. That's probably the worst pain I've ever been in.
Wow.
It sucked.
Would you? Was it more discomfort or is it more like pain or like? Do you say the two or like go hand in hand?
Because it was pain, dude. It wasn't discomfort. Like the teeth, that's fucking pain. It's painful, dude. You ever have braces?
Yeah,
My
I did.
teeth
I
hurt.
just didn't wear my retainer, so my teeth shifted.
Oh, okay.
But fuck it.
You're still
That's
straight,
life.
man.
Straight enough.
Yeah. that's
Better
all
than
you
they
need.
were, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
There was progress.
Major progress.
How about you,
But
Ben?
you always had nice teeth, though, man.
Thanks, man.
Fucking
Well,
straight,
I
man.
haven't.
No braces.
No, I haven't had any
got a
like
big
broken
mouth.
bones or anything.
Big mouth is good, man.
I mean, I've fallen off a bike. I've fallen off of the longboard, and like, but I mean, it's never been like so painful. It's just like you get up, and then it's just like
Ow.
you start. Well, you're bleeding for one. You're bleeding out, and then you're just like going like I slow down significantly. Where it's just like you pick yourself up, but then it's just like. Yeah, you're just kind of dragging yourself along.
Was it
because,
that
like,
bike accident that Lou was telling me the story? He stuck the stick in the spokes of the bike.
Chuppy of Chuppies.
Oh, it was,
this guy did.
it was Lou's cousin. Okay.
So I've caused pain, but for me, I haven't. No, this was in California. I was like at nighttime, and there was like this path that we like
Riding a
always
bike in
take.
California at night.
But everyone got wheels in California, man. Like kids to the everyone. Anyways, but yeah, so it was this path that we always take, and so there was like, and so there's a part of the road where we hop onto the sidewalk because it's safer that way. And so it's it's a very like, the curb kind of like bumps down.
Okay,
whatever
yeah,
that's
yeah.
called, the ramp, whatever.
Sure.
So, but anyway, so it's taken it so many times, and this time I don't know why, just like hit something like going up, and then just
Bailed.
yeah, just hit hard, and then like hit
Were
my
you-
knee
were you wearing
hard.
a helmet?
Yeah,
Okay.
always wear a helmet. So I
Always
hit
wear a
so I hit
helmet.
my elbow real hard and my knee hard, and so yeah, I was just like very slow after, and but again, I mean longboarding. This was like maybe a year or two ago. Like, hit some like rocky pavement because they're doing construction work.
Oh,
and,
no.
and I was at the top of the hill, and something told me like, don't longboard this way. You know, there's construction. And I was like, and in my head I was like, I'm just gonna go slow, and I'm gonna stop when it comes to the construction. But I just kept going. I kept going. And all of a sudden, bam, just like on the ground. And then, yeah, I mean, you can.
Those hand scrapes are the worst.
Oh.
And I mean, so I still got some scars. I actually have my Instagram. I took a picture of like my hand, like all bleeding and
How
whatnot.
come I not see this on your Instagram? I follow you.
Ben's Instagram,
Yeah.
dead animals and scraped up hands.
Yeah, so
Some gothic shit, man.
Some hardcore shit.
but I mean, like no big. It's something that like in a couple hours, just
Yeah, yeah.
fine. I mean, but just talking about dentists, when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, like it wasn't pain, but like the weirdest thing ever. Well, I guess it was painful, but it's when they stick the needle to like numb your mouth on the roof of your mouth, like. I legit felt like my head just like shake like this. It was just so intense. Like, and maybe it was all in my head, but it was like definitely the most intense feeling I've ever had. Just that needle, this big
It's always the
needle
worst on the roof.
going
of
at
the
the
mouth, yeah.
roof, and I just like it just again I just felt my head shake violently.
Damn.
Yeah.
Billy.
I think 3 years ago when I had a viral infection in my chest, like I don't know what happened. Like it was just a weird viral infection. It lasted like 2 days. The first day, I was like, oh man, my chest feels like it wants to crack, but it can't crack.
Whoa.
So I was like, it just felt like it was always tight, and it just felt like it just one certain area, like in my sternum. And then the next day when I woke up, I'm like, I cannot get out of bed right now. Like it just felt like my whole chest was on fire. Like
Oh, it sucks.
not even fire, just one spot. Like I felt like I was not shot, but like stabbed or something. It was just like burning that one spot through my back, and I just couldn't get up. It took me 3 hours just to roll out of bed. Like I couldn't really talk too. So I was like,
where was I during this?
Yeah.
Did I know about this?
No, because it lasted 2 days. I
Mm.
got myself up, went to the doctor. He's like, I think you have a really bad viral infection right now. If you feel if you're like, if this doesn't get better in 24 hours, go to like the hospital.
Damn.
And I'm like, all right, cool. So I just like,
All right, cool.
like I was like, okay. So I took like an Advil every few hours, and eventually it went away because I don't know, just numbed the pain quite a bit. But fuck, I don't know what the hell happened. It just felt so bad. And I take a lot of bumps. I take a lot
Yeah.
of bumps.
Climbing and shit.
Yeah, climbing.
bumps.
Yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, right. As everyone knows, I'm clean as fuck. But yeah, like I broke my finger. I didn't cry or anything. That was like when I was like a kid too. I told my
Yeah.
mom. She didn't believe me, and I heard the story millions of times. I'm still guilt tripper till this day. It's hilarious. But yeah, that just felt like the worst. It wasn't like I was like a good 7 out of 10 in pain. Like I wasn't gonna like pass out or anything, but it hurt like fucking crazy. I just couldn't get up.
That sounds shitty.
I don't want that.
I don't ever want that.
You keep that, man.
Yeah,
You keep that to
hold on to
yourself.
that. Yeah,
I
you
want
take-
nothing to do
you-
that
yeah,
shit.
you-
Get out of here.
You hang on to that one.
Blue,
I
man.
think, there's two that I'm thinking of. I don't remember which one really was worse than the other. Well, so I saw them both, but like the first one was like we were playing basketball, and then Billy drove in to go in for a layup, and then I stuffed him, but we clashed in the air,
Oh,
and I came down on my leg really weird.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
we have.
And I fucking like I
This
just
one you
like,
had the knee wrap, right?
yeah,
the knee
this
brace.
that's what happened there. But like I remember just like coming down, I was just like, oh, that was not good, and then like just like limping off the court afterwards. I could barely like put pressure on my
Yeah.
leg, and I sat down, and I was just like, fuck, is my leg fucked up? Like what how bad
Yeah,
is this
yeah.
right now?
It's
And I was
probably
just
like
kind
that.
of just like trying to like kind of gauge it, but like every time I stepped on it, I was like, fuck, this is not good.
Yeah,
It got better though.
It got better. I mean, like it's definitely like fucked up now.
Yeah, not the same.
It's not the same, but I mean, it's not like terrible. But like, there's like during like a rainy day, it'll be like sore
yeah.
sometimes.
Really? Holy
yeah.
shit. Still has never
Yeah.
fully recovered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
how you know
but
It's,
we're
like,
getting
it's
old.
whatever. I just gotta like strengthen the muscles around it.
you
and
should
it'll
just
be
let
fine.
me
That's like,
go
don't
in for
stuff
that layup,
Billy.
man. I'm just telling you that.
More just karma right
You don't block Billy. That's what.
I mean, it was hype as hell.
Yeah, I was pretty hype.
It's just like
You know, it's okay if I get stuff as long as it's good stuff.
yeah, it was good. We're fine. Like, you're
This
still
is
like
back in that video when you were playing Smash Bros too, and you got super
yeah,
hype.
yeah. I had my leg wrapped.
You had your
yeah.
knee wrapped at the very end. I think I hurt my knee. Man.
Yeah.
What was the second one? It was the shoulder, right?
The second one, no, that was I don't even remember how that felt. That was like
So
a
when
long
you got
time ago.
sacked?
But this is oh, that was a bad one
sack.
too, actually. This the ice ball sack from Chuck.
It's always
Um,
classic.
But this one was this is during the rehearsals for Soul Samurai, There's this one.
That's right.
There's a character who fights with a pimp cane, right? And in rehearsal, he was using this pimp cane, and it was just like a cane, and it had like the stopper at the bottom. And so I'm thinking to myself, like they're rehearsing, and I'm just like off to the side, and I'm like watching. I'm thinking, man, that fucking thing looks stupid as hell. Like it looks like an old man cane because of the thing at the bottom. And I kid you not, as soon as I thought that, there's one part where he just swings, right?
Stop it.
And then I just heard like a pop, and then I was just like, what the fuck? And then I see it. I mean, it's coming at me, and I'm just like, it's all in slow motion. And it's like, oh shit, that thing is gonna hit me. Okay, well, brace for it. So I go like this. In my mind, I'm just like, it's just a rubber stopper. It's not gonna fucking hurt, right? But just like brace for it. And so it just like nails me right here, like right in the bicep, and then like on my chest too.
Yeah.
And it like the pressure, dude, like the force, like it. I had to take a step back because it was so heavy, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, what the hell? Why was that so heavy? And then it falls down, and I'm just like, that didn't hurt, did it?
Oh,
and then
yeah,
the pain started rushing in, and I was just like, oh, it did. Oh, what the fuck, dude? And like, I look at this thing, and like inside, it's just, well, first of all, it's hefty as fuck, and I look inside, and it's just like metal, and it's just like a little bit of rubber on the outside, and so that's why it hurt so bad. And then like legit, I had this huge welt just like on my bicep, and then a bruise on my rib, and so if you put them together, it'd make a circle.
Oh.
But like that, dude, that shit hurts so much.
This was recent too,
This
right?
was
Soul
recent.
Samurai was this year.
Yeah, this was recent, but that shit, like,
Woo! That's scary, dude. Did
Yeah.
that hit your face?
dude,
Yeah.
I was like
Or
saying to
your
everybody
nose?
else,
Your
I'm like,
nose, dude?
Uh,
I'm like,
money
you
maker?
guys, like, if that hit
Your teeth?
anybody else, anywhere else,
Oh.
could have been like really
God.
bad.
yeah. Sick
Yeah,
and
so-
sacking.
Imagine the
Yeah.
sternum.
Imagine like if that hit me in the testicle, it would be destroyed, dude. Legit, like the
One ball wonder right there, man.
Bust a nut for
bust,
sure.
bust that nut. It'd be bad, yeah. So that was either one of those two.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah.
Thankfully, man.
Thankfully, yeah. Dodged a bullet, sort of.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took a bullet.
But it's just funny because I was thinking to myself, like, this thing looks stupid as hell.
Yeah.
This is karma,
Yeah, I
man.
take it
It's karma.
back. I take it back.
What'd you say? The fuck you say?
Was that Jarrell who swung it?
No, it was Jordan, this other guy.
Oh.
But yeah, it was so funny. Just thinking about it. It's like, what are the odds that you think
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
and then it happens, and then it hits
I
you.
just,
like you knew it was gonna
I just
happen.
love though.
Yeah.
He's like, I could move out of the way. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
because
Rubber thing,
couldn't
whatever,
have-
right?
like, because it's so funny because it was like a movie. Like, I could see it in slow
Yeah.
motion. I had all this time to think, right? And I was just like, yeah, it should be fine. It's a rubber thing. Fuck it. Just like, let's just take it.
I mean, like,
What the fuck?
I mean, call me what you will, but I see something flying to me, like it'd be the weakest little thing. I'm a dodge, man. It'd be a paper ball. I'm gonna go knee on that thing, man, and break my back trying to dodge
He's
it.
diving out of the
like I don't brace, dude. I get out of there.
I mean, you
Tiny
know,
little
whatever. I took it, man. I took
Dude,
it like a man.
bullets kill and they're so small.
I get it. Anyways, that is going to be it for episode.
Do we got a segment, a video clip segment?
That's going to be in the next episode.
I was excited to see that.
It's going to be in the next
Yeah.
episode.
What about right now?
Oh, I love
Why
that
can't we
one,
see it right
man.
now?
Okay,
And then
well,
we're recording the next episode right after this.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good time.
no one
Yeah,
said
we
that.
got time, I guess.
That wasn't in the contract.
That is going to be it for episode 75 of the Top Tier Podcast. This episode is going live, December 12th? So we're about to record episode 76 right after this, which is going up December 19th. And so stay tuned to our social medias. We will let you know when the Christmas episode of the Top Tier Podcast is going to be. Follow Top Tier Podcast on Instagram. run by our admin, Billy the Huin.
At Top Tier Podcast.
And a big shout outs to all of our patrons, of course, who are at patreon.com/Top Tier Podcast.
Shout out. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you,
support.
thank you.
Holla.
And thanks, Lou. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Ben. Peace out, guys.